Hey, what's up? I'm doing brakes today. Thought I'd bring you along. Guess I should turn the screen around so you can see what I'm doing. Only makes sense, right? Huh? Hope your day's going okay. A little overdue. I had this in for some warranty work here a week ago, and they do the old inspections, and they do the inspections, you know, this Ford thing. And so I already knew I needed brakes in the front, but they have to tell you, hey, by the way, you need brakes on the front. Hey, you need brakes on the front. I'm like, no kidding. So trying to look for my Allen wrenches, which you can't find. I got my Allen wrench set. It's probably down the back. I got all kinds of fancy tools to do this with, but guess what? I'm not using them. I got this thing to push the caliper back in, and I'm not using them for whatever reason. I don't know. So I can show you how to do it the other way. The other way. So I need a 14 socket and all that. And like I said, I don't have myself prepared here to do a very good video, but we'll try the best if you want to hang around. Guess I can take it to the toolbox. I mean, instead of leave you hanging here, but got a lot of mismatched tools. I have two different locations that I work out of, and the first location is full of stuff. So yeah, my tools are a mess because I'm not the only one that works in them. And it's an excuse I always come up with. It's my excuse I always come up with, but to let everybody know that I wish I was more take care of my stuff, but I think I was better at one time. But half my sets, when if you know anything about me yet, I had a house fire not too long ago, which was now 10 years ago, and I lost a lot of my tools. So I think this is too big. And as you get older, your eyes change, and so you think is what's what is not always what. See, it's probably like a 7mm. That's what I'm thinking. And that's 5/16, which is an 8. So I did have some Allen wrench sets along there at one time. Like I said, I have all these on the thing. Maybe that's it. It's gotta be one of these here. It's gotta be. It's gotta be one of these things here. Just has to be. Like I said, I got my tools scattered between two different garages, so that's what you deal with when you do that. When I was a little mobile, I had two different toolboxes. There we go. What did I say? 7mm. See? Even half blind, I can still figure out what sizes there are. It's just by a little memory got left. Looks like I lost most of you already. That's all right. Somebody likes it. Somebody likes me. Somebody will tune back in and watch it. So anyways, I can do it the right way for you. Which I'd rather do it the right way instead of the shortcut, but sometimes people like the shortcut, so alright. Finding as I get older, people like shortcuts. So anyways, in case you just tuned out and tuned back in, it was 7mm. And the calipers get slimed up and climbed up and whatever. So you can just take and, I think this is a Lyle tool. I didn't get it from a Lyle truck, but it's a Lyle tool. Just put it in there. After you get all the brake pads out of the way. All right. Then just push it back in there out of the way, and then release it. I usually like to hang it on top of something, but I ain't got my hanger. So I just set it back here on top of the axle. And so, yeah. I said I still had a little bit of life left on, and they told me I needed brakes right away, and I knew they were getting close. But nothing like they said. Look. Well, they consider the thickness of the backing plate. So we're right at the thickness of the backing plate. So I knew most of it because the got a lot out of round on the rotors. A lot. Now see now, like you're like, hey, the rotor's rusted on. How you gonna get it off? Well, let me see if I can find my sockets now to get the bracket off. I don't know. I guess I'll take you along again. I know it's boring looking at somebody's toolbox, but you can tell a lot by somebody's toolbox. Huh? Yeah, well, again, I'm not the only one that uses this. So it's a 16, I think it's a 14. That's a 15. Either one of these or this one. One of these or this one. That makes sense to you? That's a 19, so I'd just soon drag you along versus leave you sit there idle, not listening to nobody at Babylon. All right, so guess what? 15mm. Got power tools for this, but guess what? Can't find them either. Something's new here. Something's new here. Look at this. It's a new hose from their recall from Mexico. Huh. That's new. That's new. Must be part of their recall. They did some recalls on this, and I try to look at them and figure out what they're talking about, but kind of been out of it so long that I mean, out of the deer, well, out of all of it, actually. It's not just the dealership, it's the repair myself. All of it. I just scrape it off with whatever you got. You can use a wire brush on it too if you like. But the idea is just to get it clean. Some of the aftermarket stuff, they show a little metal sliding devices on them that supposed to keep the things from hanging up. And once you clean it, people put lube on the top side of it where the pads slide at, and what happens is rust builds up underneath the bottom, and then what happens is they start to hang up. So I'm sure that everybody lives in some sort of a climate where it's cold and salt's dumped on it, and they're always doing brakes. So I said I just clean them off like that. And now I got to get this rotor off here, and she's not going to come off easy. I'm going to have to use a big mallet. Swing and swing and swing. And ain't gonna come off. I get a bigger hammer. I get a bigger smedger hammer. You guys got one I can borrow? Huh? Huh? Sorry, got lost for a minute. Had to get rid of persuader, because it's the only way these will come off when they get rusted on. When they get rusted on, rusted on. See, it doesn't look like it's bad, but let me tell you, brake pedals flopping like a flounder. All right, so now I need to clean this guy up a little bit. Totally up to you what you use. How you try to use some power device. Around the outside is so important, and my go-to thing is the anti stuff. Now, you don't have to put a lot on, dude, guys. A lot goes a long ways, and let me tell you, if you get it on your hands, it'll take a while to get it off. It really will. So now I'll put it on generously, and then I just smear it out. Say, hey, you didn't get all that rust off. Well, it doesn't look like it, because rust has that brown tint color to it. It has that brown color to it. It makes it look like it's never gone. Never gone. So I put it all the way around the hat. And around the center hub. If you want to put it in the inside so you don't keep it from rusting, you can do that too. I usually don't, but for the sake of the video, I'll put it in there. Where's it gonna get on anything? Nope. What about that axle nut there, sitting there, sticking out there with all that threads, rusty threads? What about that? You can put it on there too if you like. Who's gonna know? Just you and me. What happens? I gotta pull that axle out to pull that axle out sometime and put a wheel bearing here. Well, I've got it coated with some anti-seize to keep it from rusting anymore. I mean, you know, it's already rusty. All right. And what about the slides here? You can use it on that slides too if you like. You don't have to. You don't have to. I just usually use the white grease. Use the white grease with it. Let me get my rotor out. So I used to buy them local from a local place, and then somebody from the internet. Somebody bought some off the internet, and then they bought them off the internet, and then I put some of theirs on, and this is the place that this guy went through, and it seemed like for the cost, it was better for me to just buy from this company. I don't know where they're coming out of. all the packaging all shows. It all shows that on there. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know which one's the front and which one's the rear, because it doesn't say. But I'm supposed to have fronts and rears in here. So, what box is thicker? This looks like it's the rears, if I was to look at the boxes. The thickness of the boxes. Because the front ones are thicker than the backs. There you go. Right from the all right, so it's supposed to pads and rotors, and all I got is rotors. Yeah. Just rotors is all I got. So some or other I messed up on that. Nothing new. Yeah, I told my wife, hey, this right here, blah, 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 blah. And then when we got it, just got front rotors. So I can't go nowhere now. Car's broke down. So I'll have to wait for my wife to get back. Unless I can call her on the phone and see if she can pick some parts up. I don't know. Look at the world coming to you. You think you know what's going on. You think you know what you're doing. And when you order something over online, that's what you deal with. Check, verify, verify, verify. Because I thought it was pads and rotors in each bunch. So obviously it's not. So I'm going to have to call this one a close until I find some pads. I'm sorry that I only got this one vehicle to go and then nothing else. I'll bring it back.